watching Shin-Chan, and then Dragon Ball Z, and Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Anything from Studio Ghibli, I think.
Okay.
Spirited Away, it's kind of a comfort film for me. But some ladies on the street, it turned out they were hosts at a maid cafe.
Yeah.
It just resembled exactly what I was used to.
So thank you so much for your time today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. Tell me, can you please tell me your name and then also tell me your country?
Okay, I'm Patrick from the United Kingdom.
Okay, nice to meet you, Patrick. How's the weather for you today?
It's not been so bad for me.
Right.
Initially, it was difficult for me to adjust to the humidity and the heat, but
Yes.
I think I've gotten used to it very quickly.
Right, you know, Japanese summer is hot for Japanese people. So
yeah.
like you coming from the UK, isn't it much cooler?
It's so much colder in the UK, but I feel like it's so much more better ventilated here. We've got air conditioning. We don't have that back home.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm comfortable.
So the AC systems you're saying are really good here, so that makes it
Yeah,
enjoyable.
and all the ways of staying cool. The Pocari sweats, I've been enjoying that quite a lot. Yeah, and I love those fan shirts that some people have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the heated, the shirts with the fans inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have those back home?
We don't have them at home.
Okay,
no.
okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's really unique, right? It's
Very
different,
unique.
But I mean, we need them here, I guess.
Yeah.
So tell me, so you've been doing some sightseeing?
I've been doing plenty of sightseeing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What? Tell me, how long have you been visiting Japan now?
Oh wow, I think it must have been about 12 days.
12 days. That's a long trip.
Yeah.
Oh, what made you want to come to Japan for 12 days?
For 12?
Like, it's a very long time.
Absolutely, yeah. Japan's always been in my mind for a long time. Since I was very young, I remember watching Shin-Chan, and then Dragon Ball Z, and Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sailor Moon, and so it's always been something that's distant. It's in my memory, and it's always been quite cool as well. I think.
Let's go back a little bit. So like you mentioned all these things, but how did all these different anime or characters, etc., even come into your life with you being in the UK?
Oh wow. Okay. Well, on our TV when I was growing up, there was this channel called Fox News, and that was my exposure to, culture outside of the UK. It was mostly American and Japanese culture that I found, and I was naturally drawn to it. And I was amazed at how different it is, but how relatable I find it as well. So,
when you think about it back in the day and looking at yourself as an adult, what was one of the ones that was your favorite? Like, what was one of your favorite characters or favorite programs or cartoons or something? What was one of the ones that stuck with you even today?
Wow, anything from Studio Ghibli, I think.
Okay, Ghibli?
Yeah. Spirited Away, it's kind of a comfort film for me.
Okay.
Whenever I'm feeling ill or I need to feel better about myself or any reason, that's a great film to come back to.
Did you have a chance to go to the Ghibli Museum or any of the Ghibli places while you were here?
I really wanted to, but unfortunately it was slightly overbooked, so I've not been able to do that yet. I have one more day, so perhaps there's some Ghibli related things.
I hope you can get to some place and see some Ghibli things. That'll be really good for you, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you. Since you've been here in Japan, if you've been here for 12 days, you've been to so many places, I imagine, right? Where have you gone?
We started in Tokyo.
Yes.
Then we went to Kyoto, Takayama. We went to islands. We've been to Osaka most recently. So I think we've got a good idea of the country, but I now realise how big the country is, how diverse the climates are, and there's so much more to still explore.
Tell me, out of all these places that you've been to, which one was the most interesting or amazing to you?
Most amazing to me? Wow. I think initially when I got off the plane, and I was in Tokyo, it was like this film Lost in Translation. It was just exactly what I've been dreaming of. But then I kind of got used to some of the customs, perhaps. I still find every part unique in its own way. But for me, Tokyo represents exactly what I imagined it would represent.
So what did you imagine Tokyo to be before you came? What was your image?
Wow, this kind of futuristic, high-tech society that's very clean, that's got activities everywhere you want to go to. These buildings full of restaurants, then an owl cafe next to a kind of a dog cafe, and all kinds of amazing activities, all the conveniences you want, a city you could never get bored in, that you don't need a car to drive around in. yeah, I thought it was a fantastical place.
So Tokyo was all those things to you.
It lived up to all my expectations.
That's amazing.
And more.
That's amazing. Can you share one of your special experiences in Tokyo?
There were some ladies on the street. I thought they were quite unusual to see these people, and it turned out they were hosts at a maid cafe.
Okay. Okay.
So with a friend,
yes.
I thought, okay, we're gonna see what this is about.
Yes.
And it was great to be treated in this kind of very unique, very distinctive kind of environment. Have a photo with the lady as well, and enjoy the food. So that's something I feel like I would never ever see at home, but
the maid cafe.
Absolutely.
Okay. Tell me, would you go again to the maid cafe? Or would you recommend it to a friend?
I'd recommend it because I recommend it to someone back home.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just nothing like anything we're used to at all.
Yes.
I feel like customer service back home isn't. It's just you have your food here, and you know, there's not as much getting to know you as the customer. Quite eccentric parts of Japan that you want to experience when you come here. So,
So you definitely had it was super unique, and you felt special, and it was something that probably you could only find in Japan, would you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a great time at the maid cafe.
Yeah.
I like a lot of people never get the chance to go there, you know, so I'm really happy that you could go. What would you say was the most impressive or something that will remain in your heart?
We went to a British themed pub last night, and I've seen similar establishments in different countries.
Yes.
But I was talking to one of the bar tenders that there, and they said that they sent the staff to the UK to learn exactly how we do pub culture back home, and it just resembled exactly what I was used to at home. And this level of attention to detail, perfectionism, and you know, high quality respect for customers.
Yes. Were there any type of like culture shocks that you experienced, or something that you were like, oh, we don't have this back home, but they have it here in Japan?
Okay, I think convenience stores back home, we call them news agents. They say cigarettes and magazines and maybe some sweets, but here it's a one-stop shop for everything you could possibly want.
Yes.
I feel like often I have to go on Amazon.com if I need any supplies, but here you've got what you need. That was quite different. I think back home you kind of eat while you're walking around, but here there's designated spots, so I felt like it made me slightly more respectful of the public environment. I feel the subway system in every city I've been to see trains that arrive in time every single time, and you know, the carriages weren't as busy as I expected them to be. I remember growing up with these images of loads of people on a single carriage, and I thought that would be the case here, but no, it's it's just been such a fantastic way to travel across the country. So
you've experienced so many things. It sounds. Was there anything that, how can you say, made you feel uncomfortable, or like if you couldn't feel like you could be yourself? Okay,
that's an interesting question.
I
think the language barrier can be quite difficult for me sometimes.
Yes.
But I'm impressed at how much Japanese people attempt to, you know, help you out. And the level of politeness. I had tattoos on my legs. And I thought that would be a big social prohibition. I bought some sleeves to cover them up. But that wasn't such an issue, actually. Yeah, that was different. I think taking your shoes off whenever you enter homes for me sometimes can. It's not something I'm used to at all, but you've got to respect the culture. That was. I suppose that would be my best answer.
Okay, it's very interesting. Yeah, you know, these days the tattoos is something that many tourists worry about as well, because Japan traditionally isn't really used to tattoos, but recently, you know, it's getting more, I guess you could say, people are getting used to it, or at least understanding that people do have tattoos, and leaving it at that at least. Did you do any souvenir shopping since you've been here?
I've got to do that tomorrow, but so many people have asked me special requests of what to get for them.
What are some requests that you received?
Sake. Green tea Kit Kats.
Yes.
That's a big one. A lot of people want that.
Yes.
And then kind of like figurines as well. And there's so much to choose from. So I'm gonna surprise some people, I think.
Okay.
With what I find.
I think people are going to be happy to get some of those things. Did you get to try any sake since you've been here?
I've tried lots of sake.
Okay, so maybe you know which sake to buy now.
Yeah,
you know what you'll be getting.
I think so.
Yeah. Which did you prefer, the fruity style or the dry style? Which kind of sake did you enjoy the most? Can you remember?
I think the fruity sake. There's an orange flavored one that's just took the cake for me.
Amazing. All right. Last question I have. Do you think that you'll be coming back to Japan again?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still so much to do.
Yes.
I could spend another 12 days in this city and not be bored
really?
at all. Yeah, it's. I feel like I've barely even scratched the surface.
Okay.
Yet. So as soon as I can afford it, I'd love to go all around Japan, and I'd love to see Cat Island as well.
Okay.
In the north.
Up the north, right?
Bunny Island.
Yes.
Mount Fuji.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so much in this beautiful country.
Tell me, if there is one thing with your 12 days of being here in Japan, if there's one thing you can take back to the UK with you, say for example, it could be anything. It could be the air. It could be the people, culture, this train system, whatever it is. If there's something that you could take back with you to the UK, what would it be?
Okay. I really respect the tidiness of Japanese people and the respect they have for the environment as well. The streets are always very clean.
Yes.
I'm gonna start carrying my rubbish around with me and really thinking about separating it and sorting it out. So yeah, that's how I think this trip has changed me.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah,
Oh really? So you've changed a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I think I've become slightly more respectful of my personal space, perhaps, as well. So yeah, and attentive to the world around me. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm glad to hear that. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I have one more thing. Okay. Please wait. Okay. I would like you to try something. Okay. Do you know this?
What is this?
Have you seen this before?
Never, ever.
No?
Never.
Can you show it to us? Yes. So this is called Happy Time. Okay. It's a very popular snack or treat that Japanese people love to eat. It's been around for many, many years. Kids love it especially. Okay. Looking at it right now, go ahead and take it out. Go ahead and take one out. Looking at it right now, what do you imagine? Do you think it's going to taste like? Do you think it's sweet, sour, spicy?
I think this is a crisp, we've got Watsits back home.
Okay.
Like cheese puffs, kind of. So it'd be very savory.
Okay. It's a savory taste, like your cheese puffs back home.
I think so.
Let's try it out.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think? How is it?
Can I keep these?
So you like it? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Gosh, what is that flavor? That's so strange. It's unusual.
It's unusual?
Yeah.
How would you describe the taste?
Quite salty, maybe. Crispy. You know, I'm quite hungry right now, and this really hits the spot.
Does it? Does it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, Happy Ton is super popular. You can get it at a lot of different places, you know, and it's quite popular. Take it home with you, you know. Buy some and take it home with you to all of your friends and enjoy.
For sure, yeah. I'm worried I'll run out of it on the plane back, so I'll need some more.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much, Patrick. It was a pleasure to meet you. Enjoy the rest of your time here in Japan and have a safe trip home.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.